Okay, well then
He locked me in though.
then I ain't gonna be on the island. So, all right, all right, man. It is 7:30 ish on a Sunday night. That means once again it's time for another edition live in the man cave. This is Polk, your number one source for high school basketball in the state of Florida. We got the all-state coach tapping in with us tonight. What's going on, coach?
What's up, Coach? Happy Sunday, Coach.
Hey man, first of the week, first of the week, first of the week. We also got the All-State PG. He'll be in and out. He's kind of dealing with some business right now, some personal business. So he is here. He is in the studio. He's just kind of in the background. So I am Coach Barnes, and we are Polk Hoops, the three of us, and appreciate y'all tuning in tonight and hanging out with us, chopping up. So we talk hoops and supporting the mission, man. We do not take it for granted. All that the support that you guys have given us and continue to give us, and we're just thankful and grateful. So we're gonna start off with the coaches corner. If you got one or two things, and it's traveling, it's not the tumor take no more, it's the flying take or whatever. So we just jump right into it, coach. What you got?
Okay, I got two things. One
Okay.
is what separates coaches, a good coaches from like a great coach. Is it players? Is it preparation? Is it instinct? Like, what's the qualities that separate the tiers of coaching, coach?
Organization. Uh, can't say players. Everybody gonna have up and down with players. Um, Development, organization development is two that come to my head. And well, you can say players because you building the players' trust in you.
That's
I saw
huge.
something last night. Watching that game with Lakeland, and you can hear fans in the background blaming the coach on a preseason game. And what you talking about, it makes so much sense because like looking at Lakeland play last night, I told Barnes them in our group chat, I said the biggest difference is Northwestern had a bunch of players that have been playing together, right? Versus Lakeland got incoming transfers. So they haven't built that trust in the coach yet. They don't understand that part of what the program is about. You get what I'm saying? Compared to Northwestern, even without Bridgewater, those other coaches have been there
Hmm.
throughout the time. So they got to trust within the coaches. You can't say that I just transferred 3 weeks ago and I trust this coach. So that's part of why I said that you got to have that with the coach. That's part of in my past with being around my girls. I don't call myself a coach, but the trust thing, believing in everything I say, even when I'm hard on them. Barnes will tell you that's another thing. Barnes can tell you on. Like I stay hard on them. For sure, you do it with the girls, but they just believe in you and Johnny. Like you know what I'm saying. Like they'll go through a brick wall for you, and that's something you have to have as a good coach um, to even start. You got to build that part of it, no matter what kind of kid you got coming in. But that trust is very important.
Well, I will say, and you kind of touched on it, PG, that I think a great coach is the respect and love for from their kids. I tell you, back if you rewind back to the alumni and the state junkie girl. I think it was the state junkies. I don't know. One of the Haven girls was about to play, and Johnny wasn't there the first night. He wasn't there Friday, but he was there Sunday or Saturday, one of them days. But
Saturday.
he was sitting behind the bench, and the girl was walking on the court, and she saw you, and she smiled at you, and like said, "Hey, coach." But she had saw you already,
Stop me
and
the devil.
then Billy D was. I'm not Billy D. Johnny was like Utah. And the girl turned and looked, and you just saw her like, now she a grown woman at this point. That girl went back to ninth grade, 10th grade. Whenever she first met Johnny, she went back to that person, and she just took off running, like hugging him. And so she was just so happy to see him and like catch up. And she had a game to play. But just that initial reaction to me, that's a great coach. Like, no matter how much time is separated, it's still the same type of energy, reaction, respect, adoration. Whatever words you want to use, adjectives you want to use, it don't change by the length of time that you got coach. You always coach. So to me, the great ones, their legacy with the kids that they coach go way beyond the time they coach them, if that makes sense. You never stop being their coach. And so, because somewhere along the line, Johnny had to make an impact. You had to make an impact. Tuma makes an impact. McGriff, guys, Coach Collins, guys make impact. So it's years later, the kids still, they grown men. Coach Scott Williams. That's how when Scott came to the alumni, how them guys, Scott didn't coach, but he was there. First of all, just being there, and just the way them guys, them men now, these grown men was just gravitating to Scott and just was so like, so just happy to see him. Almost like coach, they still his kids. So I think being a great coach, when you are able to build that type of relationship or, bridge with your kids, that the rest of that stuff, obviously you need that, but I think that probably is the highest accolade a coach can have, is how is it once they're gone from you, once it's separated. So, and it's not all of them.
Yeah, I agree with both of y'all, and I think y'all are spot on, because a great coach is able to maximize the kid's talent that he has, that they have, man or female, it doesn't really matter, because if the talent is close, say both teams are equally talented, both teams are skilled and whatever, what's going to separate, what's going to make the biggest difference in that game? Most of the time, it's going to come down to the coach. You know what I'm saying? It's going to come down to the coach's preparation and strategy. But at the same time, I think what's going to take you over the top is that relationship that y'all talked about, that you build a confidence into those kids where they're able to run through a wall for you. And I think Toomer's spot on. I think that's one of the factors that factored in last night with Lakeland and Miami Northwestern. And that was really what got me to ask that question. The Lakeland team that y'all seen last night is not going to be the Lakeland team at the end of the season. You know what I'm saying? So I think people are jumping the gun, on their coaches and that team.
Now they ain't gonna. I can say this now. St. Thomas Aquinas is better than Northwestern, so it don't get no easier on the big one.
It doesn't. Like I'm not picking them to win it anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because they do have to go through St. Thomas. But like I said, I think I've seen a lot of posts. I've seen some lives, and just going in on the coaching staff. And I think it's just way too early.
Man, I was on the car. I'm in a text group with a bunch of like Lakeland Dreadnought alumni guys that they're not in like Polk County. They're in different places outside the state. One of them said about how bad they got beat last night. Talking about some, man, they hearing that people saying they're gonna go 3-7 this year. Bruh, that's when I was like, come on, man. I'm like, I ain't even know, I ain't no Lakeland guy like that for his football go, but come on, man. 3-7, Lakeland. Come on,
Lakeland to go. They'll go at least 9-1, 8-2, no less than 8-2. If somebody surprised them, but ain't nobody around here gonna beat them.
Come on, 3-7, bro. That's why I'm like, come on, bro. Like, I know y'all ain't here, y'all ain't in Polk County no more, but 3-7, bro. Whoever told y'all that, kind of take it with a grain.
It don't matter what week, bro. It don't matter what week it is. It could have been week 8. Northwestern gonna put that thing on them regardless. That's a different breed. because they know the kryptonite to Lakeland, which has been that for years, except probably 1 or 2 years. The defensive backs. And Lakeland played them to not go up top. So you leave everything underneath. Most teams that we seen like really dominate Lakeland, they either came here or saw it. They just beat them on the throwing end. You know what I'm saying? And then I mean Lakeland, to me personally, I know we off of basketball right now. Just looking at Lakeland, like when are they gonna win? They got a Division I Power 5 quarterback, right?
That's what
And they just
Yeah.
those slant. They just do screens and slants. I mean, when is we gonna? I asked this question just off the Lakeland. When are we gonna see a dot like you go everywhere across the state? You see big time quarterbacks. When are we gonna see that in Polk again? We ain't seen it since growth, right? Like I'm talking about that considering the shotgun and 3-4 receivers and adapt to this new thing of football. When are we gonna ever see that again? Are we just what is Polk just bound to just be running the ball, or do we have that type of quarterback? Because Lakeland always have a great offensive line for it.
Man, I don't think we've had the quarterbacks because my thing is if you go look at football, everybody 4 and 5 wide. They not really
They
running
not.
the ball.
That's
They're not really running the ball like that, but they can't throw the ball like that either. So I don't understand why
either
4 and 5 wide, throwing the ball 40 times a game and you're not that accurate.
a
That
great team like St. Thomas, Miami, all of them gonna load the box. Gon- How you gonna beat them when you just gotta depend on the run? I thought this quarterback they brought in was gonna be special like that. Ain't he going to like Arkansas or?
I
Yeah,
know
that's first I saw him last night, and I didn't really know, but I guess he's supposed to be tough. But
He
you start.
committed to somebody like in the SEC or something like
I'm
that.
sure
I
you.
figured.
I'm sure you're right. I just didn't. That was my first time seeing him or hearing about him last night. So I'm sure if they brought him in, and they threw him out there. That
yeah.
I'm sure he is something. He got a resume behind him.
But
I just
again, he's not from here. The coaches gotta really get to know him very quickly and what his strengths are and build around that. Like I say,
They
it's
played against him 2 years ago. BD, he can throw it.
I know that, but
Yeah,
when has Lakeland committed to throwing like that? So they're gonna have to adjust.
yeah.
And that's where coaching comes into play. You sometimes you gotta get out your comfort zone. I know what you're used to, but sometimes you're gonna have to adjust with your team and the talent that you have.
I
You
hate
know,
they be saying that he can't coach, man. That guy don't been in the state.
no, no, I don't
Hey,
agree with that.
got one of the best coaches in this county, man.
No, I don't agree with that. But
He competes number one, something
uh,
Castle would have never did, and then he don't won. In 3 years, he don't got a state championship. He can coach.
yeah, he's just gonna. I think he got to get out of his comfort zone with this particular team. It's not like the past team. And then once he makes that adjustment, they're gonna be right back to giving it to people.
But you
Like
know what? You know what else been missing? I know we can move on from it. That just my opinion. And the great Lakeland teams that have won it, they've had star offensive players, bro.
yeah,
They just got good players. They ain't got no star.
no, not them home run hitters that can just take a bubble screen to the house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not against that type of caliber team. You know what I'm saying?
So a good Lakeland team is good enough to make it to state, but they ain't got no star. I mean, the defense didn't look bad.
No, I thought the defense looked, but it's only so much you can do when you're not getting help on the offensive side.
Yeah. But
And
them
I
corners, boy, they got to go back to whatever drill they need to do something different, boy. Cause
if not, try somebody else different. Something.
when they say blur, they say that out loud. Blur, boom, boy. That's all I was looking for. All you hear in the background.
But they got, I mean, like you say on paper, they got a bunch of kids with multiple offers. My thing on it is, why is it so? Why are we? And I'm not talking as a coach right now, but why are we so quick as fans now
What?
To say what a coach can't do, like a coach, he can't coach. He don't know what he's doing, and you haven't done it. Like you have not coached one. Not that you sitting up there and done won some games. You ain't coached the next. You ain't even ran a practice. But then you talk about when somebody can't coach. How do you know what to evaluate? I mean, besides wins and losses, we not playing well. But how do you know? Like I was at a high school game Friday night, man. You know, with my lady, we watching and I'm just saying that you sitting here, and I'm like, the team had a bad play, and I'm like, man, ain't nowhere in the world that coach did. And I said, let me stop because we don't know what that coach said in the huddle. We don't know what he told them to do, and then they went out there and did something different. We don't know that he had told them to cover the flats, and they just didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? He did. He told them. We don't know that. Remember that time we was talking about we was questioning Eric when they lost to Tampa King, and Eric like, Coach, just what I told him to do. In the we called their timeout, told them what to do. They went out there and did something totally different. You sitting as a fan, and you got all this knowledge and this criticism on something that you haven't even done. That stuff is so baffling to me. Like, and we be so quick to do it.
Yeah, it happens. Yeah. Look at him 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
He told them kids don't shoot the three ball. Hardy was killing, and what them kids still went and did in that game over at Wakava. Start shooting the three ball, bro. Sometimes the kids gonna sometimes kids make the poor decisions. I just think that they need to come to age with the offense and at least try, especially when they're playing teams around here. Man, I would be trying to sling that ball, and you're gonna find a way to win. And they got talented receivers. I would go 4 wide. I mean, I would be really setting myself up to be prepared instead of going. It seemed like they go backwards when they play. Like last year with St. Thomas, they just put 9 or 10 in the box.
What did they say? Their last 3 games, they unlocked. They 0-3, and they didn't score but like 6 points. Somebody posted that.
The 30 or something.
Yeah, crazy stat. And shout out to Frank, man. I'm just saying, Frank. In some cases, they be going for the coach, man. Like, I mean, all things being equal, if it's on the coach, you know that it's on the coach. But sometimes, folks it be the people that be saying it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, where your frame of reference is. You know, if you knowledgeable about the game, if you're a fan, if you kind of been around and familiar with basketball, that's different than you just walk in there to see your nephew and you know what I'm saying, and you just start firing off. There's so many of those, and they kind of go and overshadow the other ones. So anyway, Coach, what's your second one, Coach?
We talked about it anyway.
Kind of blurred in there.
Yeah, kind of blurred in there.
So, I'm gonna ask y'all a question, man. Just off the strength of Lakeland losing last night, and me just the Facebook timeline, just somebody, I think it was Polk Way, was saying everybody in Dade County, Miami wanted Northwestern to win. They got behind Northwestern, and here up in Polk County, everybody wanted Lakeland to lose. And so you had different people saying different stuff. But then you had some people like, well, Lakeland fans come for everybody. But then when they go against somebody else, it's supposed to be like, let's all love. But I guess my question is it really hate? And we can say I'm saying basketball. I mean, football, I guess, others too. But is it really like that level of hate in Polk County that's some validity or some truth to that as far as
it's definitely true.
So
I because even when Broward County comes up for basketball, like my closest friends from Broward that I've been sitting with for 20 plus years, they going for every Broward team in the tournament, and they deal it, and most of them guys are team dealer where I sit at BD. And what a Broward team up there, they don't care what team it is. They about them kids and Broward County dominating. That's all they care about. So I can see that up there. Around here, I mean, the fans, it's just such a personal. It's such a personal thing with the fans. Like they go so left field. You see it on the internet. I mean, it's just the reaction that you get off the internet can tell you why somebody would not want to root for the other proposing teams. I think that's just a Lakeland thing, though, bro. I think when Bartow them make it, I think like Lake Wells and all those. I don't want to just blame it on Lakeland, but it just seems more like it's just a Lakeland thing with the schools in Lakeland because the other crews get behind each other and support and be supportive, bro. I witnessed that in the Civic Center. Like when Haven like beat them play this year, Polk County came out to support Winter Haven girls. Get past that Dr. Phillips run. When Bartow was there, you see Lake Wells, Winter Haven. You see them get behind and support it. You see, you're gonna have your fans now. You're gonna have your typical fans that just it ain't just they're gonna be against and want the other team to win. Maybe they bet. They just strong betters. It's just too loud here. You know what I'm saying? It's very loud here. And maybe we don't see that down there.
Coach, I see you rocking.
I'm here. I just see it twofold. For one, I'm gonna always be pro Polk County. It's gonna be Polk versus everybody. But I've seen it where we're at the Mosaic tournament, and me and Tuma was together this one time, and we've seen players from Polk cheering for other teams against Polk teams, and I just don't agree with it. You know what I'm saying? It's everybody is their own individual, but when we playing against outside of Polk, it's Polk versus everybody. We have our internal stuff. That's fine. Those are rivalries. We can chirp back and forth, and whatever. But at some point, we need to come together. We have to come together because everybody else is coming together against us. Everybody comes together against us. You know what I'm saying? So just to see people and kids cheer against Polk teams, I don't like it, but I can't control that. But on the flip side of that, you know what I'm saying? When you talk, you also got to be able to take it. That's gonna come with
Yeah.
criticisms and all of that stuff. And sometimes, Lakeland football fans, if like Dallas Cowboy fans, boy, they'll give it to you, boy. They really do give it to you. They really, behind their team as they should be. But at the same time, when stuff like this comes, you can't get overly sensitive and not be able to take it either. You know what I'm saying? It's not the end of the world. Like I said, I still see Lakeland making a run, being in the championship game again.
I definitely see Lakeland in the championship game.
I just see it both ways though. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to take it if you're able to dish it. And y'all done did a lot of dishing for a long time. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the same time, Polk County, like, man, we got to be better. You know what I'm saying? If everybody can gang up when their teams play against us, we can do the same. We can show that support.
So we crabs? We crabs in the barrel in Polk County?
Nah, because I mean, so many people from Polk support Polk. I mean, I've witnessed it. It's just like you said, they just got a whole different chip on their shoulder that they got to eat a lot of stuff that they eat. You know what I'm saying? And granted, they've been so dominant in the county in just that sport over the years. It makes for them to be the villain. You can't give a villain. You can't really give a villain in basketball like that because it's a rotation.
Yeah.
Since I've been around, it's been a rotation of this amount of kids who've been playing together for so many years. So I got here in 95. So you had Kathleen. Then you had Lake Wells. Then you had Haines City. Then you came back and had Kathleen.
Yeah, Kathleen.
Right.
Jim, so.
Then you went to Bartow. Then you went to Haven. Um, then you came Lake Wells. No, you went Bartow, then you went Lake Wells, then you jumped to Winter Haven.
Mhm.
Because you coached 12. You came right after McGriff and went the back to backs, right? Then
Yeah, I
you
did.
went back to back. So it
Yeah.
just seems like a road. For the years that I've been outside of Florida Southern, it seemed like it's been a 2 year kind of rotation on the dominance of who was getting to the White House for those years. It was like, okay, you have that 2 year run, next team have a 2 year run. So you just saw that. In football, Lakeland been dominant for us since I've been here. Like dominating. They lose. I think they lost maybe 2 or 3 games. They lost the Haynes City one year. You thought the world came to the end of Polk County. They just so dominant, bro. It's not a bad thing, man. They built their program to be the premier program in football. So it don't help when they got that and they got the state championships behind to show it. You know, so they just got to eat. They just got to eat their words, man. Yeah, everybody can't be a hater. They do just as much hate when they talk bad on the other team that they be blowing out. So I don't know, but basketball wise, I think it's very supportive. Um, outside of Lakeland again, Kathleen was so dominant for so many years that when Kathleen lost that swagger, it opened that door for everybody to be glad they getting their butts kicked the way they get their butts kicked because they dominated for so many years, bro. That just ain't happening in Lakeland.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah.
I just, that was a question I had since we had that's all you saw, and like you said, I mean, it's but you got, like you said, you got to be able to take it if you're gonna give it, and it just made me think about basketball. Um, is that a thing? Is that a thing? Because I know when I coach, our thing when we went to Mosaic, man, is poke against everybody, against the rest of the state, and that's kind of how we went about it. And so and if it ain't even about us for this weekend, it ain't about us against them, it ain't about districts, just about us representing Polk County. People coming to our county, we want to make sure we show them what basketball is about. That was always the message. And like you said, and you get in the playoffs, if somebody call us asking for film and you still playing, no, I can't help you, bro. And that's just, it is what it is. That's the county. That's always been like the unwritten rule. But I hear nowadays where cats giving out film on Polk County folks to other people. Obviously,
Crazy. That's crazy.
yeah, I mean, so we like when we broke the code, when it switched up, like that's been our blueprint.
Mm-hmm.
You
And
feel me?
I say that's crazy just witnessing our summer tournament, how you see the family atmosphere amongst the players. That's crazy to even think that coaches around here are doing that to other coaches. That's crazy. And
That's the
again,
new.
that's the thing. Like, now, I will say this about that. It seems like you got Lakeland being like the biggest city in the county. You got Lakeland versus everybody else in the county. Now, that's always Kevin because you got to think Lakeland football was dominant for all those years. Then you had Kathleen who was dominant for all those years. So Lakeland did stick together when it comes to Lakeland versus Polk is always been a reality around here. Now they just got their issues with the Gibson. I think it's on honestly. It only seems like it's Lake Gibson, Kathleen, and Lakeland that got the whole "I hope they lose" type of thing. It don't be nowhere else because I've been in the barbershop in Bartow and they be hoping Lakeland win.
Okay,
It's them three schools.
that's
Yeah.
really
They
the
got a
three.
different yeah.
Really the
It's
three.
them three. It's certain people in those three schools that make that what we see because it's so noticeable. You go to Lake Gibson, you gonna see boogers. You're gonna go to Kathleen, you're gonna see a handful of Kathleen guys. I can't really name them, but you're gonna have a handful of them. That just, I hope they lose. I don't care if they win or not.
They take that stuff extremely personal, right? Cause Coach Lake Wells is a rival of Bartow, but y'all ain't like Lake Wells a rival in Haines City, but it ain't
Oh,
like to
when
that
we're
extreme, or is
when
it?
we,
Maybe it
when
is.
we no when we between them lines, we hate them. But when it's outside of the lines, you know what I'm saying? It's love. You know what I'm saying? Because we have not only is a rivalry, but we playing against family members and stuff too. Like we lining up against our, like my family was from Bartow. You think every time I got on the court of the field, I didn't want to give it to them? You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, it was love. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's Polk versus everybody. But when it
You
comes
know,
to
shit. Look, listen. Go ahead, finish, DD.
them line, it's straight. It's a war. It's gladiators.
But
We
that's
in a,
how it is with Lakeland. That's how it is just typically with the city of Lakeland. Like I said, somebody saying Lakeland think they're better than everybody in the county. But we're talking sports now. All the other stuff, I ain't. But when you talk sports, for years they had the right to think they were better than everybody because they dominated in the two major sports. They
yeah,
even
we talking about decades.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you going if you from Lakeland, you go to the gym, you go on the bar toe, you gonna feel like you're better than them because you beat them in football, you beat them in basketball, and you got two separate schools that doing it. You get what I'm saying? So for years they just dominated in those sports. So now that everybody got that equal playing field to beat on them, except for football. Now you know the thing is all the transfers go to Lakeland from the other schools. So that's the other poison to this.
That's the big point. They getting all the people, so we ain't gonna root for you guys. You getting all the kids, and somebody say you recruit, somebody say they just want to come play for a winner. You know, but in this day and age, these kids, that's how they want to
I was
play.
just
They
gonna say, why wouldn't you want to go to Lakeland if you're a great football player, bro?
Yeah, that's the
I
reality.
mean, I hate to say that like in that way because it's other good schools, but if you're really a good football player, for the tradition that they carry, the Jordan brand sponsorship, the weight room, the stuff that they do. As a kid, right now, you look at that. Why wouldn't you want to go to Lakeland?
It's a
We can
dream.
sit there. It's a dream.
It's a
It's a
dream.
real deal. And they got the biggest stadium to play in. It's just so much to
Right,
like.
it's right.
What?
It's in the backdrop. It's by the hospital. It's right out the road. They they could just sell. They just leave that daggone jumbotron on. It's a 24-hour advertisement that nobody can compete with, man. So, but
Yeah,
everybody
it's hard.
everybody don't like that though, bro. Yeah, bro. Like they got that thing on. Who don't want to be on the Who want to be on the jumbotron, bro? Like that's a what's the name? They did a good replica of it, but it's Lakeland Christian got a jumbotron. They got a nice facility over there, man. But the person that was over Lakeland Christian played quarterback at Florida and
Mhm.
played at Lakeland, so he just brought that to cross town, and they just had the funds that they had the means to do it. But when you the hunted, when you are the standard, like y'all both saying, you the standard, but you just got to be able to give it like you take it. You can't say, "Oh, when the last time y'all beat us?" and that don't erase the fact you just got beat, right? You just took one. You just took one. You scheduled the
But they
game.
got that sausage. They got that mean sausage putting them, boy. Listen,
Got
couldn't
that
even
war.
watch it, boy.
Shout out to TNJ, man, going down to Vero so everybody that couldn't make it could see it live, man. My boy doing good things on social media. I think he on YouTube now, man. So y'all support TNJ, man. He good to poke
Yeah,
hoops, man.
but
So
that goes back to why coaching is so important. You know what I'm saying? For one,
we got you, TNJ. Yes, sir.
you got to be connected with the community and to the school where you're able to keep your kids and get the kids you're supposed to get. They gotta want to come play for you. If they don't want to come play for you, then you're gonna continue, the mediocrity that you're getting. You know what I'm
I'm sure
saying?
y'all got get hated. Y'all been dumb. I'm
Oh,
sure
bro,
the same
hey,
thing we're talking about. Winter Haven girls is getting that same temperature.
bro, we get it all the time, and Frankie don't help it. He helps throwing gasoline on the
Yeah,
fight.
Frank on one about
They
his
don't
LBE
help
show.
it,
I
man.
think we see you, Frank. We ain't ignore you, man, but you just we
Oh,
we see
yeah,
you. We know who
they
you
hate
rocking
us,
with,
man.
man.
They hate us with a passion. Me and Johnny talk about it all the time.
So let's right now. Way too early after summer. We working on the magazine and rankings and all that. So we excited to be able to bring the magazine back to y'all, man. Bigger and better this year. So coaches, we're gonna be reaching out to y'all to get y'all information, what you all want included, other than addition to what is being written by the Polk Hoops editorial staff. But coach, right now, PG, right now, top five. I know you ain't gonna be able to give me 10, but top five and why. And I'm tell you why I asked the question. I don't know if y'all saw it, but Frank said, and we want to make sure we clarify this also, that is Arbondale number one in the county. Now that they got Gunner, and then he followed up by saying he like Arbondale to win state. So earlier this week, we posted, I think last Sunday, matter of fact, we posted that just to be clear with it, Ghana had transferred to Arbondale from Discovery. We posted. If you all notice, most times we will wait till it's posted and then we'll share it. We're never gonna break the news first because that's not what we about. We don't really do all that. But it was posted. It was the kid put it on his page. So we shared it. But apparently there was an issue with his mom. She got on the page, had an issue with it, so we took it down. So right now, Gunner is still at Discovery. But the reason why we posted it was because he posted it. So we just want to make sure we clarify that ain't, that sucker stuff. We don't do all that. The only reason we even put it out there was because we shared what was originally posted by the kid. Y'all know at the end of the day, we ain't doing nothing but helping promote kids. So we don't even get in foolishness and negativity. And so that's the whole platform. So anywho, now that I've
So you
said
take it
that,
down.
second,
Yeah, you take it
You
down.
take it down.
I took it down. As soon as she had the mom asked, can you take it? Boy, I walk right into that one. Boy, I walk right into it. I just do it every time. But yeah, man, she asked to take it down. At the end of the day, that's her child. She the parent, so I took it down. I ain't question. I ain't say blase. Just took it down. Now, what people did before it got took down, can't control. But I just want y'all to understand from Polk Hoops, that's what we have. What we've done with it. So, assuming that Gunner is still at Discovery, coach, top five
Teams.
team preseason, right? If we drop the magazine right now and everything stopped, the transfer portal and all that, because we know that thing still active. Top five right now.
Victory, Bartow, Arbondale, Santa Fe, and the rest is a toss up. If
Yeah, I
Gunner,
got.
no, because they don't lost.
You said Victory, Bartow, Santa Fe. No, you said Victory, Bartow,
Bartow.
Arbondale, Santa Fe. So you did four.
Yeah, and I can easily put Santa Fe at 3. Also, can easily put Santa Fe at 3 as
Yeah,
of right.
I go Victor Bartow, Santa Fe, Auburndale, and at number five,
Now. I said that number
uh,
5 toss up.
I would say Lakeland.
That would be my five, my fifth one. It's a young team, but Swanson by the end of last year was playing as a big. He was probably one of the better bigs in the county. You got the money kid, the Morris kid coming over. You got the kid from Wharton coming over. So it's kind of like Lakeland basketball kind of going to be in the same football mode because they got a bunch of new guys, transfers coming in. They going to have to learn how to play kind of like football. And because Coach Hen, he primarily football, they're not going to really
But
be
he
there
did well
early.
with
So
them.
they gonna have the same issues or questions or things to deal with it at the football team dealing with too.
Yeah, he did well with them this summer though. He got them going in the right direction. So Lakeland at 5, I think is solid. They're gonna be tougher when they get to the end of January for sure.
Yeah. They'll get better as it goes. Just like you were saying about basketball, about the football team, they'll get better as it goes. So we're not disputing. There's no dispute about victory at 1 with the new kid coming in at all. That's stamped, right?
Yeah,
Um,
Victor definitely. I like Victor at one.
And
I mean,
then
they got a lot of pieces though. Even without that kid, we don't know how tough that kid is. He from north of the border. They don't
well, I'm gonna tell you.
until I see
Hey, the
him.
I'm gonna
highlights I
tell you.
saw.
Yeah,
The
I mean,
highlights I saw, Coach.
And coach, I'm gonna
Coach.
tell you what a coach
I still
told
gotta
me,
see it,
coach.
Coach. I
I'm
gotta
gonna
see
tell
it.
you what I'm gonna tell you the scout report I got. Okay, this kid, and you'll be able to see it, coach. And you, but between me, you, and PG, you can appreciate it more than anything. This kid will play and replace like an old school late Wells kid. That was the scout report I got, and the person I got it from is very knowledgeable about late Wells people. So he looked like it. He get to the basket. He's slashing. He is
Coach, that kid tough.
he is it, coach. They
I'm just
coach.
going
They
by what
got him a real one.
I understand that. I'm with you guys. I've seen the highlights too. I just want to see it in person. That's
Coach,
all.
Without him, I still felt like they were gonna be good.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. The other kids that were there, they are still a really good team.
They
You
got the
know,
two bigs back too.
two big
Victor is number one.
Are we? Are
Tucker,
we?
MJ. You know what I'm saying?
You know, MJ played football. I know
Yeah, I
Tucker
did.
did.
The kid from Tampa that transferred
Yeah,
in.
for that transfer, coach, they was
Yeah,
really good.
they
You
So they
know what I'm
loaded.
saying? So
They loaded.
it softened that blow with Q leaving for sure. You know what I'm saying? But they two different players. He just got to figure out what his role into that team. But like I said, I like that team regardless. You know what I'm saying?
chill. Just chill, Frankie.
We
Just
got.
chill.
We got. We got. We
It
got.
definitely ain't cute.
We got. So we got. If we talking tiers, Victor is tier 1. Is Victor the only tier 1 team in the county?
No, I'm a fan of Bartow. I think Bartow just got some trouble happening with them boys from Jacksonville transferring to Edgewater.
All right, man. How can you? How they just keep? How they just keep? They
And,
coming from
bro,
Duval.
that ain't the only one
Duval.
that they got.
All
They
right,
got
what are we
they got
doing,
like
bro?
one or two before that too.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, bro. Them
Man,
ain't the
what?
only transfer.
No wonder you said you didn't like Bartow to come back to the White House this soon.
But he said that
Dang.
before them kids came from Duval. Like, bro,
Yeah.
how you go from Duval to Orange? Like, how you skip over? I mean, what is? Yeah, Bartow
Them
just
boys, them boys bypass Volusia County to go to
come on
Orange.
now. They came past a couple cities now.
What?
And what's up, Ray? My boy went for it had to be a record, men's league record. Mike says we need you to check you and James need to check the record books, man. My boy gave people 55 of the night, double nickel. right, right was right was on one, man. So we want to check that and see. Shout out to Rank and Mike and Jameson with the men's league, man. But Bartow figure like they're gonna be much better, man. But then it's like, is that gonna even be enough the way the other people keep doing what they doing? Like, how you get 2 of them, bro? So in the span of 3 weeks, they done got 2 kids from Duval. They got a kid from Oak Ridge. Is it Oak Ridge or Evans? Oak Ridge, Evans. Oh, so they've gotten 5 new guys that can hoop. Not just, coming in toughness or, provide depth. No, they can hoop. Like, they bringing in hoopers, man, and that just don't seem fair, man. But we still got Bartow tier 1. So we got 2 tier 1 teams. Nobody else. Is Arbondale, who you said? Arbondale, Lakeland, and Santa Fe, they all tier 2?
Lakeland got approved to be a tier 2. I think Lakeland in tier 3. The first 4 are tier 1, tier 2.
Mm-hmm.
Five and 6 would be tier 3. I don't know who you're gonna put at 6. The Discovery, but I don't know.
Discovery roster is so fluid, but because they just pick. I mean, if Gunner stays and they just picked up the Berry kid, and I mean that's a nice guard duo. I mean, both of them can go, so that significantly upgrades Discovery's roster with if the Gunner kid stays.
Who did Leesburg lose to last year?
They
He
lost
remember
in
the
the
Final Four, right? They made it to the White House, right?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
lost
'cause
in
we had them on the
overtime.
show.
They lost in overtime.
They had no business losing. I think they had
They
the
did have
game, and they kind of I remember they had no business they had no business losing it.
Who was 5A? Who was the 5A champ? It was Broward County.
It was a Stranahan.
no
Nah,
Shanahan
that's
did get it.
4A.
Oh, Pompano, not 5A, is it?
Yeah,
Ely,
it was
Ely.
Ely.
Ely. It was
It
Ely.
was
Ely.
Ely.
Frankie, just chill, Frankie. You moving fast with
Frank,
the
say,
Armadale winning state.
Frank say drop it.
We hope they get there.
Frank say drop it. Shout out to Coach E, man. They got a big game this week. Don't they got the Dreadnoughts coming over on Thursday night? Y'all people that's football guys, we football, we basketball, we do football
I can
too.
send you my cash out later, Frankie.
Apparently the
Whenever you
game
want
is
to, you can send it.
on Thursday, not Friday. If you go on and check out game of the week for football, Lakeland at Arbondale, it's Thursday night apparently. So
If Ely make it to state, Ely not losing to no Armadale.
Yeah. And my thing is Leesburg and Armadale in the same region.
but that's a
Yeah, in the
winnable
same
region though.
region.
It's a winnable region.
It's
If
a winnable
for
region.
Arbondale, it's not like it's not like Calvary Christian or the villages. It's winnable, right?
I told you I got Armadale making it. I'm room for Armadale to make it.
This is the year for Coach E to bust through the door.
Yep.
Oh, Frank said they got a secret weapon. Okay, so there it is. Coach E
But
holding out.
they can have two of them, boy. If they got to go against Broward in that first year. No. Listen, I'm not saying that on a negative tip, but like I'm talking
No, man.
just
Realistic. We talking basketball.
stepping in that civic center against a team that traditionally has had kids there for years, and then they'll be back to back. They wouldn't be able to beat either in that setting.
Especially when they don't been there before and have done it before.
Yeah,
You know,
that's what I'm saying.
and then now is your schedule strong enough that when you get there, you don't get that 4 seed, so you meet them in the first round.
Well,
You
let's
know what I'm
let's
saying?
let's tap on that for a minute. Both of y'all have had a lot of success playing and coaching, and I know we've said this a time or two before, like how do people respond to the civic center in that environment. How do you, if you feel like you got a squad that is good enough to go, and you don't have the experience of having been like y'all talking about, how do you provide experience before you get there? Like how can you replicate that? So if I'm an Arbondale and I end up getting there, I've had some type of experience or some exposure or some type of you know kind of comparison to it before we walk in there and see that open facility, open rims and all that stuff like that. How can you? You really can't.
Mm,
You done been through it, right? You just got to have the experience when you come back. You can't really do anything about going in there prepared for that if you have no way of giving them that experience.
No, but I think this where strategy and style of play comes into play, right? Because I don't seen some really good shooters get in that environment and struggle shooting the basketball. How do you counteract that? And the way we countered it is by defense, being great defensively. So therefore, I try to create as many attempts as I can at that basket. I want to have more attempts than you, probably almost a third to almost 50% more attempts than you, and trying to get layups, trying to get as many easy baskets as I can. If I'm not going to shoot the ball well, let us have a high percentage by turning the ball over and trying to get layups. Because I don't see really, really good offensive teams struggle in that environment. Coach, is different. You know what I'm saying? You see them really good shooters shoot air ball. They're not used to it. You know what I'm saying? That environment, people, is intimidating to some people. So I think the way you counteract that is defensively. And that's the reason why we play the way we do. But
if Auburndale make it, the whole city gonna close, so they'll have fans behind them.
oh, for sure. You know what I'm saying? I'll be there. The county should be there. You know what I'm saying? You know how great it'll be to have Victory, Santa Fe, and Arbondale, and possibly Bartow there. Man, but they're gonna have to shut the whole county down. They should shut the whole county
You
down.
should. That's how it should be. It should be. It should
Should
be.
touch the whole
We should be there for all of them, not just who
All of them
I'm.
gonna they gonna we gonna all need it going up against Broward County. They're gonna need it.
Bro, so if the Northwestern receivers are the Avengers, what you saying Broward County is?
That's the end
They
game.
is good people, so that's the end game. That's the
The end game, boy.
Brown and Dade is the guy that what was the guy in the Avengers movie?
Thanos.
Thanos, yeah. That's what we're dealing with.
End game, boy.
Snatching all the rings.
That's the end game.
Literally.
Uh, they won every division last year, bro.
Coach, they got us in the chokehold, coach, and they not letting go. The grip just keep getting tighter.
And they won't let us go, man. They won't
They
let
won't
us.
let
They got
us
a
go.
chokehold and they won't let us go, man. They like they tightening it, bro. Like they tightening the grip. Like ease up, man. They even took I don't know. They even took the one from Gibbs last year. Them people stole it from Gibbs and went back down. We thought we at least had one up this way. Thought Murphy gonna keep one of them here.
Mert was our only chance.
Yeah, our
Murphy
only
was
chance,
our only
man.
chance.
And that one ain't even paying out, man. So we're off.
that.
And now his boy done win and done blew up situated, done left him and shot up the rankings. So and shout out
He'll make it back, but he ain't finna do nothing.
shout out to former victory guard Quint Wilson. You say the rankings dropped this week, PG. Where you said they got him at? Do you remember?
He dropped just 1 to 12. He's still in the top 15.
And what about his ranking for his position?
Number 3 shooting guard in the country in his class.
Shout out to
Number 12 overall and number 3 shooting guard in the country in his class. ESPN per ESPN ranking.
ESPN is the stamp, right? If you don't know, if they talking about
you can stay in that top. You stay in that top 12. You definitely locked in for the McDonald's game.
Yeah, you definitely locked in.
Yeah. So shout out, man. Just want to make sure we get, y'all know once you touch foot here, man, you always with us no matter where you go. So if you doing something good, we gonna shout you out.
And he went to Steph Curry camp this past weekend. Can't really tell off the highlights, but it looked like he had a good time.
Yeah, I saw the picture with him and Steph. I said, man, live your dream, man. How can you hate on being able to live your dream? What kid wouldn't switch in a heartbeat if they had the opportunity? Like, so, bro, live your dream, man. Do what you.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
Let's take the adults out of this situation, man. He's a great kid. He's a humble kid. He's a respectable kid. He's a great kid. If you wishing down on that kid, was you really need to look at yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want nothing but the best for that kid, man. He deserves it for sure.
But Coach, talk about a little more, maybe some clarity, maybe some updates, whatever, for the coaches clinic. Give you a few minutes to speak on that if you prefer, sir.
No problem. My thing is people have been asking for it for years, and we finally decided to launch a coaching clinic here. Our coaching clinic is meant to give knowledge and enhance, coaching here in Polk County. It's for high school coaches, it's for boys and girls coaches, it's for little league coaches, boys and girls. Anybody that coach basketball is willing to attend our clinic. Like I said, we have a D2 national championship coach coming in. We have a girls coach that's coming in that's won like 5-6 conference championships in a row. You know what I'm saying? We have championship experience coming in to share with you guys, and we're trying to put on a quality clinic. We just don't want to put anybody in front of you in order for you to learn from, and the thing is, you just need everybody's support. Just come in, just sign up, and learn from the best. We're not gonna put just anybody in front of you. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to it so I can steal me some stuff. We got one coach that's gonna specialize in blobs, baseline out of bounds, and sideline out of bounds play. That's one of my weaknesses. So I'm definitely be tuned in You know, people talking about zone offense, man offense, transition. It's gonna be a really good clinic, coach. You know, it's just to get us started, and then we'll build it from here. But we got to start somewhere. But we just need everybody to lock in and come and learn something. If you take one thing away from it, you are better, and it's gonna make your team better. Period. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, people been asking for it. We're gonna give it to you. If you don't take advantage of it, then you're gonna be asking, well, why don't y'all do this again? Well, nobody showed up, nobody signed up. You know what I'm saying? So even after that, we got a great lineup of teams in a shootout afterwards. I get with PG. We'll put the link on for that. So anybody that want to come for that, they'll be able to pay for their tickets for that. But it's gonna be an exciting Saturday, coach. I think we got a good lineup for them.
So why am I, as a coach, so against things like clinics? The ones that there are a lot that are for clinics. Why am I against learning? Is that some type of way saying you trying to say I don't know what I'm doing, or you feel like it's a knock on my ego or my
Yeah,
my
yeah,
whatever? So I won't come because of that, even when I
yeah.
can stand to benefit.
Coach, I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm a lifetime learner. I never know everything. I'm always seeking to be better. Once you think you know everything and you're complacent, then how do you feel that you can teach somebody else, what I'm saying, to learn? You should be learning for a whole lifetime. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, everybody don't know everything because it's only a handful of coaches that have won state championships here. Like, what are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? You can't continue to do the same things and expecting the same result. Like me, for instance, I'm still humble with mine, but I don't know everything. I always want to get better. I'm going into the clinic expecting to steal something from somebody in order to be better. Okay, I don't won 5 championships. I just won one recently. Okay, that's in the past. So what's next? You know what I'm saying? You think people not loading up for what we've been doing the last year or two? They loading up for that. So now I got to show them something different. You know what I'm saying? I got to adjust to last year's team is not this year's team. So how am I going to adjust to that? You know what I'm saying? I have to continue to get better. If I expect my kids to continue to get better every year as they get older, I have to get better also. And I got to show them that same work ethic. But if you come in there, you doing the same things over and over again, year after year after year, talking about, wondering why you can't get to the playoffs, or when you get to the playoffs that you never get past a certain point, it's time to take a look in the mirror, you know what I'm saying, and be like, hey, what can I do next in order to propel my team to the next level? And that's something that I had to do at Lake Wells. When I was at Lake Wells, I had this idea that I was going to be coming in and be successful like right away. That didn't happen. So I had to go and try to learn from the best. You know what I'm saying? I went to clinics. You know what I'm saying? I went and sat in people's offices. I did whatever I needed to do in order to get better.
So you got to be a little humble, and we, as a coach and brethren in Polk County, as Frank has so eloquently been talking about, we don't. That's not a strength of ours.
No,
Would
coach.
that be
No.
accurate?
And we don't want to ask for help, coach. You know what I'm saying? I was talking to Coach Gordon Gibbons. Shout out to G man. And what he told me is a lot of people won't ask for help because they don't want their kids to see that it's somebody else knows more than them. And I was like, Coach, like, man, you got a point. You know what I'm saying? People are afraid to reach out to others for help. You know what I'm saying? I'm Coach. I don't have no shame in it whatsoever. When Coach Hanahan was down at Warren, I used to go down and sit in his office, talk to him several times a week. Hey, Coach, this is what I need to do, and he'll help me out. Coach, I remember in 12, I talked to Coach Woodside. Coach Woodside came to my practice and put in a whole entire zone offense for me right before the playoffs.
Shout out to Coach Woodside, man. See, Polk County. That's how it's supposed to be. Like, look, man, let me help you out. But so it's pride and ego. Pride and ego will stop me from registering for this event to try to come and learn something because I think I know it. Somehow or another, it's a slap in my face if I got to come in the gym to look at somebody else do something, or as soon as they do it, well, I already know how to do that. Like you come in there with the mindset that you already got it. So if you already got it, why do I need it? So that's the quandary. Do you feel like you got it, and this is just for you as a coach, are your results matching what you feel like you got? Do you feel like you have reached the highest level that you can reach, or can you get better? I mean, can you get better at anything? Do you got all parts and angles of basketball figured out where it's work? You know, you've been able to coach it, teach it, and they execute it. But I guess there's three parts of that early coaching, you know, that you asked about. It's coaching, it's teaching, coaching, and execution, right? All those things have to happen. And if one doesn't, then the other two don't matter, right? It's like a link on a bicycle. If you mess up the chain, shit, you ain't going nowhere. I don't know.
You can build that network, coach. Build that network of coaches, you know, on the college level or on the high school level. I reach out to coaches all the time, and we exchange ideas and invite coach. Me and McGriff during the season, we probably talk too much, really. Sometimes I don't think McGriff go to sleep at night, but he'll always bounce ideas off like, hey, what do you think about this? Or when I seen him play, like, hey, coach, I need an assessment. Or what can we do better? Or do you have something for this? I talk to coaches all the time about that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not too proud. And then I take your stuff, I tailor it towards my team and make it better. You know what I'm saying? So we can be efficient at it. I might not run it just like you, but yeah, you done planted the idea, you know, and see to make my team better. That's the only reason I even ref or watch basketball now is so I can steal stuff in order to make my team better.
Well, hopefully, man, we posted the information again on the page before we jumped on and emailed a few of the coaches that that we got emails for. We'll send some text messages out, so we'll do our part to put it out there and provide the information, like you say, where it's local, it's right at Santa Fe.
Yeah,
you know, and
you don't have to be from Polk. You can be from Hillsboro. You can be from all over the state. You know what I'm saying? Come and learn about basketball from some of the best coaches, you know, on the collegiate level. You know what I'm saying?
Passionate about it. If you're a student of the game, you should always should be learning something, right? If you're a student, if you're a true student. And that's the thing. I don't know if everybody is true students and truly are, trying to get all they can out of it. And so you got to make that decision where you fall at. But the ones that kind of fall in love with it continue to learn and continue to grow. And sometimes that's the separation, that's the separation. So, but hopefully y'all decide to pull up, man. Like I say, we feel like it's like, and Coach keeps saying, we didn't just come up with this on our own. This is what's been presented to all three of us individually together for a couple of years. So hopefully we get more. We've gotten some support of it, but it's been moderate. So hopefully we can get an increase on it. We know sometimes, like kind of like the alumni people, we didn't have teams, and then last minute they just start flooding in. So maybe it's a last minute type deal, in this case too, because you are dealing with adults. So maybe it might be the same thing. They'll start coming in because it's a couple weeks out, y'all. So it's September.
But the earlier you sign up, it kind of drives other decisions in the background. So we kind of you're trying to judge these decisions on the numbers that we're getting. So please lock in and come hang out with us, learn something to make your team better, and then you'll have some great basketball afterwards.
And so, guys, what we're gonna be doing the next couple of shows, we did this like a couple years ago. We didn't do it last year, but kind of invite coaches to come out, come on, and kind of talk about their team, preview their team and their personnel, just to kind of make you guys aware and kind of introduce yourself to them. So we started out tonight, supposed to be with Lake Gilson. Unfortunately, that didn't work out, programming, technical, but we made through with it with the show. We always will have something that we can talk about. So next week we working on the schedule. So once we kind of commit, the coaches kind of commit to the dates, then each time we come on, we'll have coaches come out and represent their school. So kind of went well a couple of years ago. So we'll try it again this year. So Lake Gilson was supposed to be first, but it's a lot. Like we got like 29 other teams in the county that we deal with. So sometimes coaches say they want to come on and talk. Sometimes they don't. But all we can do is ask and give you the platform to talk about it, so to kind of make people advertise your product. It's your product at the end of the day, right? So, but that's all we got for today, man. That's all we got for today. We are fully in football season. Some people are doing fall league. I saw where Haines City is over in the Villages. Did you see that crowd for the Villages fall league?
No, I didn't see
that. I had posters on the page. Haines City. Did I post the video? I might not have posted the video. I posted the picture of the kid, Marquise Foster. I guess Haines City won. They played Plant City at the Villages Fall League. Cause they in there like summer league. Like it's a nice energy in the gym. So shout out to Haines City for getting started. I know some other teams are gonna be starting fall leagues this week. I think Coach Antbo, Coach Jaws from Davenport, and Coach Shake from Lake Region are hosting a fall league, and they are starting this week. They're starting off this weekend, so y'all get out and support the kids if if you able to do so. But a lot of kids full-fledged in the football season, so football, the games start to count this week, right? They didn't count last week, and that's what some of the Lakeland people saying. This game don't even count. So
Barstow got a shootout this weekend. McGriff sent us the schedule for that.
He did not. If he does, we'll post it. I didn't know they had a schedule. So so we can't even talk about it because I haven't got anything. If y'all have,
Bartow got a shootout this weekend.
Okay, so Bartow, they hooping at the Bartow. We got tagged. The page got tagged about 5 or 6 videos on Twitter the other day. McGriff somewhere with his guys, and they somewhere with the guy that do some training stuff, some networks basketball or something. And I don't know if it's in Orlando or wherever, but he got his guys in the gym, and they going to get this training, this work, and like to your point, McGriff ain't sitting there like I got it all figured out. You see, Blicker got that breakfast club going where they moving around in that coach, and they ain't just standing around. And they a lot of them in there. So these people working, man. So shout out to the people that's working, right? Because at this point, basketball essentially became year round. So if you ain't working, somebody is, So, but yeah, y'all go check them out if y'all gonna do so. And like I say, football in full swing, and this is officially week 1. So hopefully, I know a couple of games got canceled because of the weather. I know Lake Gibson and Kathleen. This time of year in Lakeland, you be lucky to get to a game and it don't rain. Like it's raining every Friday now. I don't care what it do during the week. You don't even want to be playing. You rather have an away game the first couple games of the year in Lakeland, bro, because the weather be so crazy. So
sure, they had to cancel a couple of games, right?
Yeah, they canceled Kathleen game, Lake Gibson game. I think they called Lakeland Christian and Arbondale game after like early. They started to try to get out there, and then they called it. It's like I don't think none of the Lakeland teams played. If they played in Lakeland played because they was in Vero, but I think all the Lakeland games got canceled. So hopefully the Mother Nature be nice and let the kids get out there and get it going this week. I guess that's the beauty of week 0. It don't count anyway, so you ain't really lost nothing, but just some reps, right? Unless you Lakeland Northwestern. That was a little different. That wasn't just.
But I love that game though, Coach. Around the state, we need games like that and kind of settle some of this trash talking. I think that should be something yearly. Like maybe have a neutral spot like that, and actually have a couple games. Maybe one at 1. You know what I'm saying? Maybe one at 4 and one at 7 of games of that caliber. I think that'll be awesome.
And so I think the game of the week for football, Lakeland, excuse me, Lakeland at Arbondale, where we say that's the game of the week for football. I know they played this week, Thursday night, over in Arbondale. Because Arbondale got some players, right? Arbondale ain't
Hey,
bad.
Lakeland, what you talking about?
But
Lakeland, Lakeland got their best
yeah,
player.
Lakeland got Lakeland. So I know they got I know that I saw that Super 18 that Roy did, and they had like 4 kids on there. So I mean, they got some, and I think one of them was like top 5, like number 4. So they got a couple players. But does that matter with the Knots or the Knots? Is Knots gonna take out their frustrations on Arbondale? Do Arbondale stand a chance?
No.
Not at all.
And I hate to say that about my frat brother and his team, but it is what it is.
So it won't even be close.
Especially after the loss.
After the loss. Okay. All right. So y'all make sure y'all get out, man. It's week two of week. So you got 175 more days left. So full. We back at it, man. So teachers can start teaching this week. Y'all make sure y'all behaving in them classes, man. Start strong, be consistent, so you can finish strong and be an asset and not a liability to your squad, Coach. Because what we want to do, Coach,
Best ability is availability, coach.
handle yourself in the classrooms, man. Do just be where you're supposed to be at. Stay out the foolishness. There's plenty of it. So, PG, any final words, sir, before we jump off? All
No,
right, man. We
sir.
appreciate y'all rocking with us tonight, man. Like I say, next week we're gonna have 1 or 2 teams stop in and talk about their upcoming seasons. We'll release it once we kind of verify it and confirm it with them. But thank y'all for all your support, for taking, a little time with us tonight. Till next time, Polk Hoops, we out, man. Y'all be safe. Have a good week.